ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the second installment in the Ninja Turtle franchise. What this movie is about is Shredder escapes and then he gets teleported to Dimension X, which he finally meets up with Krang. Yes, Krang is in this movie. And also, him and Krang come up with an agreement to stop and kill the Turtles so they could both rule the world. So, Krang gives him this substance, which, not like in the cartoons, was the ooze that created the Turtles and also created Bebop and Rocksteady. But Krang gave him this special ooze thing, which was different. So Shredder could create Bebop and Rocksteady. One thing I didn't like about this film is that this was straight up a fan film. There was a lot of stuff in this movie that was straight up like the cartoons. Like Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop and Rocksteady play amazing. They act just like the Bebop and Rocksteady in the 90s cartoon. That's what I liked about Bebop and Rocksteady. They act just like it. They were stupid and funny and all that stuff, which that's how they're supposed to be. I know some critics probably like this, oh, they were stupid, oh, Bebop and Rocksteady are a bunch of idiots, messed up the movie. See, that's where you are wrong, because it was just like the cartoons. They're supposed to be stupid. They're not supposed to be smart. They're not supposed to be serious. They're supposed to be idiots. That's how they've always been. So get it through your head. This is more for the people that were raised on the 90s cartoons. I mean, I love Krang. Krang was actually better than in the cartoons because I really wasn't a big fan of Krang. But I did like Krang in this one. He just pop out of the suit, grab his laser gun, start shooting the turtles and stuff like that. That was cool. I did like Krang. Krang was really cool in this movie. I did like the look of the turtles this time. They made them look better. Because in the first movie, the CGI in the first movie was too phony to me. When this one, they look realer. I think because they darkened down their skin tone and color, so they made them look more realistic, which I did like. And then I like finally they're more their personalities in this movie. So it was straight up 90s. I like Casey Jones, but I wish they would have done more of Casey Jones. Like, he didn't wear the mask that much, which I really thought they could have. But I can understand they're just introducing him to the Turtles franchise, which was cool. But I wish he had that chemistry. He didn't have that chemistry too much. And there was a lot of things that went too fast in this movie, which I wish they would have extended it. Some scenes. But other than that, the action sequences were cool. I love the fact that they brought the Turtle-mobile and it was spitting up hubcaps out of it, which was so freaking cool. I mean, all the Turtles were cool. Like, April O'Neil, I gotta give Megan Fox some credit. She actually was good as April O'Neil. I give her credit in this movie. I like when they were fighting. I did not like the fact that Shredder didn't fight in this movie. Krang was like this, I'm going to just freeze you, put you away, and I'm going to fight. I really wish they would have done... I wish Shredder would have had some fight in him in this movie. But the whole Krang and the turtle scenes was freaking awesome. I liked it. I liked the fact that Krang was just like, yo, he was really, really good in this. Because, in the cartoons, he really doesn't do much. All he does is talk shit all the time. And I like the fact that he backed up all his shit. Like, I'm gonna fight. So I like that. I just like the fact that you actually see the Technodrome. I mean, that was cool when they were building the Technodrome. This movie was made for the fans that are fans of the 90s cartoons. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the original Ninja Turtles movies. I love them. They're classic movies. I gotta say, but this movie was better than the third one. The third original movie wasn't the best Ninja Turtles movie, and I like this sequel better. I wish this movie was like the sequel of the original Ninja Turtles movie. I did like Secret of the Ooze, but the only problem is I hated the fact that they made Tokar and Razor. I was hoping they made Bebop and Rocksteady in that movie instead of Tokar and Razor. I think if they would have made Bebop and Rocksteady in that movie instead of Tokar and Razor, and then the whole fight scene between Mega Shredder was longer, I think that movie would have been really one of the best sequels. But they didn't do that, so that's why I kind of, I don't know, I just like this movie because it just reminded me of the cartoons. And I love the cartoons. And then afterwards, I was in the mood for some pizza afterwards. You know, every time I don't know, every time I watch a Ninja Turtles cartoon, man, I'm a nerd, sorry. I just like to eat pizza afterwards. But I did like this movie. I did enjoy this movie. It wasn't it wasn't the best Ninja Turtle movie, but it was still good. So I'm gonna have to give it I'll give it a 7.7 out of 10. That's what I give it. It's fair. It had the fan base on it, but still, it wasn't a perfect Ninja Turtle movie. Still, but I still give it credit. It was still a good time. If you're a fan of the Ninja Turtles, I advise to see it, especially if you're a fan of the old 90s cartoons. I will want you to see it. So that's all for today's episode. Press like, subscribe. I'll see you when the next good movie comes out. Peace.